Hello people, once again. We're live once more and with a quick introduction before the game starts, hopefully without interruptions this time like every single other time so far. I'm joined by Nat, the mister on the left or right depending on what horizontal flip you have on your screen. And it's Ereus versus Gas of today.
This is one that I've been excited for. I'm sure many of you have been.
Matchup today. We've got a
what
team
has
full
attempted to hinder that excitement
as you may
has
say,
been that Matthew, I know you have a couple of jokes, a couple of lines
modified the
prepared,
roster
but
to add R3K
whatever comes up, I am going to be hooked.
Yeah, no, okay, so I jinxed it somehow once again, and this time it was a production difficulty from a little bit of the OBS person, but you know, everything's all good now. And you know, this time I'm actually joined by Natnif on my right, on your left possibly, and it's a Gas 3 versus Ereus today on the show.
Yeah, Perfect timing, as always, Match, you on that prediction. But what are your predictions for this upcoming match? Because it's definitely one that I'm really excited to see. I don't know if people heard me already praying for a 5-map banger, but that's going to be my prediction 3-2. I think for the side of Ereus, I trust them in this one, but what are you feeling for the outcome?
As I am wearing my fancy suit and tie, I am a bit of a gas tier 3 man myself. I'm expecting a Havoc masterclass. I have faith in Ereus with this new R3K signing coming out, as mentioned prior, replacing Lumi now. I'm hopeful to see how Ereus changes their playstyle for today's game, but I'm a big fan of gas, and I want to see this match to go a full long way as well.
Definitely, this is the matchup I've been waiting for, especially on to cast it out, as there's going to be a lot of real dynamics, a lot of changes, a lot of different styles coming out. I think the roster that I saw coming in was going to be that not Ryan Sim, sorry, Reaper Sim that they've come to know and love from them. Havoc, as you said, a masterclass. I can't wait to really delve into what kind of shenanigans he's getting up to. Siva on this Symmetra as well. I think Mayu and Linrax being in does also suggest this BAP Juno being the most likely composition, double flex on that for them. But Gas being in could open up a lot more different tanks rather than the tanks that Nevix is obviously most known for, being the Reinhardt. So that is leaving that open, but I think there's going to be a lot of real interesting hooks this match.
Yeah, and I do think there's something on the line here in the way of a grudge match to a degree, with Alba winning the Epic Land with Gas Tier 3. And yeah, I do expect that Gas wants to show Alba that they can win without Alba, but Alba wants to kind of show up Gas a little bit as well to see, show maybe that he carried them a little bit, maybe, who knows.
There is definitely some of that. I think a lot of personalities will be on full display. Gas Tier 3, very, a lot of strong personalities across the board, a lot of banter back and forth, especially between Alba and those members. Gas Tier 3 back at Epic Land 43 did look quite different. Big lineup changes. Tread in, it was Tread, Senna, Sonda, like a very different lineup, but definitely still the name connection, the grudge match, like you said. And I think also both these teams, this win also means a lot for them, not necessarily standing wise, but also momentum wise. Gas Tier 3 coming up a very high, winning a lot against some very prestigious teams, really being on a roll, this kind of dark horse. And Ereus, they've had these flashes, but they really want to start securing these wins as we approach the kind of playoff season, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, I am hoping, like you mentioned, that there's gonna be some funsies happening today. I expect to see some great Blossom gameplay, as well as I've got a few special lines prepared for today. If we see some specific ultimates from either side, I'm hoping to create. I've terrorized Natnif's DMs earlier today with my preparation talks. And
I said, yeah, I was saying this during our technical issue, so I'm not sure if it was heard or not, but whatever you can throw at me, I'm here for it. I'm here to withstand it, because these games are going to be intense. They're going to be gripping. Whatever brain rot you throw at me, you throw at the cast, I'm here for it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a real blast. I think as well, like, that will be another element we're looking forward to. These players can be really fun. Soggy, definitely someone we've seen do a little bit of trolling in the Faceit chat. Not something that the viewers have seen very much, but behind the scenes, Soggy is quite the trickster. He is, though, as you mentioned at the start, missing his partner in crime from the start of the season, being Lumi, who's now R3K, previously from Nine Divine, has come to step in and take over the starting position, it seems.
Yeah, and I do have high expectations for R3K as well with, if my sources aren't incorrect, being the once again Academy tank as well now. So a very, seems to be a very prestigious name backing to himself here. As well with
Certainly.
with the previous teams being Daffin, the contenders, and as well the Hong Kong World Cup team. Like, there's some very big achievements here behind his career so far, and if he's able to really bring a big impact to Ereus and maybe even lead this to change in pace for Ereus to really take this playoffs by storm that's happening soon and guarantee that spot for them there. It's not many games remaining, so we need to see a big impact here.
Yeah, and I think R3K is going to be I have high hopes as well for him to do that. Obviously, you mentioned the contenders, you mentioned going to the Asia land, facing off teams like Zeta and Falcons, but the most prestigious, of course, is him playing for the University of Derby. I think in the uni circuit, the John Paul of UK uni Overwatch taking over. I think we will be interested to see because he does have quite similar hero picks for what the team's been used to. This Junker Queen is what I saw primarily in his past. It looked very, very strong. He's played it into Orisa before, and I think we'll see. I think a fair bit of that. I don't think he's afraid of playing this Orisa, but the Sig also might come out. Doom on Wikipedia it's listed as like his best, but Doom currently, I don't know, Matthew. You've been a Doom believer at times in our scrims, but do you think it'll work out here?
The issue is not with me being a Doom believer, but I am just not very good at Doom either. So like, if you're able to make it work, I am a believer that Doomfist can work against any team comp. If you're really, really good at it, if you can reach that ceiling that we've seen from the likes of Gushway as well previously, picking it into like crazy compositions. But reaching that kind of peak would be incredibly impressive. But if you can make it work, you make it work.
They are studying now under Gushway as he's part of the once again academy, like you mentioned. Maybe we'll see Doomfist. I think it's pretty unlikely, but I'm not entirely sure what Ereus are going to be cooking to bring out because it's quite telegraphed. I'd say what Gasset 3 are going to be running, given on who's on the roster. I think the only real thing I'm certain on is seeing some kind of echo or fare from Soggy because we've seen it in the past, but what other pieces come to complement and work with that, I'm not entirely too sure because it's a deadly composition. It's a real tricky one to kind of wrap your head around and theory craft. But apart from this Farah Echo, kind of who else would you like to see being paired with that to kind of combat this situation or this expected lineup on Ereus?
I don't know. I think just run with what you can do best. And you don't really want to play into the hands of Gas Tier 3 because then they will run you in circles. I would just want to see Ereus here play what they're the strongest at. Maybe make some slight adjustments to weaken the Reaper pick or the Sim pick, as difficult as it can be to do that. Maybe a little bit. Maybe the Doomfist could actually be a good answer here to what they want to play. Honestly, if you want to run this kind of TP in, then just keep that in and out style going for Doom. Don't let them have a comfortable, position. But again, I just think it really comes down to playing what you actually know how to do and just adapting at times to how the game is running.
Yeah, relying on instinct and that kind of quick thinking in the moment. But I do wonder how feasible a Doomfist is going to be on some of these maps. Oasis is going to be our first map coming up shortly. There is a bit of a delay, of course. It's a tradition. It's an expectation at this point. But we also have Kings Row, Runa Sapi, Suravasa, and Circuit Royale also to be coming up. And which do you think is going to be like which map are you most looking forward to seeing what these teams will come up with?
Ooh, I want to see the Kings Row, in all honesty, the TP strats. Maybe we get to see the good old Nevix Reinhardt as well pop in here. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Can talk to him after he's hit his fat shatters. Definitely going to be some flat reaction faces, I'm sure, but definitely want to keep an eye out for. I'd say Runa Sapi, I think, was one that Ereus have kind of consistently gone to and been quite competitive on in the last few matches against Wasp Ono, who Gasset 3, you have to correct me, did lose to, but we'll have to see that one coming up later. Those are the maps we're looking out for, but surely soon enough we'll be heading into Oasis, just waiting on one more player to connect into this lobby here. We'll have to see.
And once again, it's almost like tradition here to do the standard EU scrim and start 15 minutes late to the game. But what more can be expected at this point anymore? At least we'll get to see some Overwatch being played today. Fingers crossed.
But here we will be going in shortly to Oasis. Let's see who's on the field and what heroes they're going to be bringing out for us today. And Yep, it's to be relatively expected. And of course, yes, Alva making a hasty retreat, just taking a breather there, but we'll have to see
Yeah.
how long it takes them to come back. But we did see some glimpses there, which are already leaving my mind because my memory is awful. We did see some glimpses of compositions. I saw a Malga. That's never leaving my mind. Malga will haunt my nightmares. But we'll just see how long that takes. The pause, I'm hearing, should be ending quickly. We'll have to see if they do stick. We'll have to stick to see if they stick to these kind of compositions. We saw, obviously, Sim Reaper, Gas on the Malga, Mayo on the Lucio, it looked like, and I don't think that Linrax had been able to pick just yet. Did you see who was picked on the side of Ereus, Machu?
No, honestly, when I saw the pause symbol show up, I burst into laughter and almost
Yeah.
fell on the floor.
It is quite comedic, but it's our tradition, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Surely not.
Yeah, of course not.
But it was
Yeah,
looking to be. It was Gardens, I think. Is that what it's called? Gardens. That one.
Yes,
Is it
yes,
City
yes. You
Centre?
recognize it from the big garden, and the
Oh
upside.
right, no, that does make. I should recognize that. I've played that app so many times. But I think we saw Ereus play I think it was Diva, not Sim, sorry, Echo on that last time we saw them playing Oasis Gardens, which was against Wasp Oh No. If we'll see Diva into this, I mean, two of them it works into. I think it works into the Malka, it works into the Reaper, but there is quite the large thorn of the Symmetra, but we'll have to see what they end up picking as we're going in here. Surely enough, soonly enough, no more pauses. Here we go.
Alright, let's
We're
go,
in.
finally. And as we can see, we are seeing Gucci and Escanor start out today for Ereus instead of Soggy and Gucci, which is typical. And
Interesting.
if that comp is real, I am scared for the life of Ereus. I don't know what the hell that is from Gas.
Yeah. The time is ticking down, and it looks like that is going to be what they're rolling out with, and that's terrifying stuff. Arthur K going to be struggling to stay alive for, I imagine, as he plays it very well, but no, it is going to be that Malga coming out from Velvet. Gas, Arthur K just poking and prodding. Both teams, they want to be going towards this high ground here, but neither team willing to crush that threshold onto it at the moment.
Yeah, I expect Ereus to recognize this team composition, play this slowly, and just allow this point to unlock. Don't fight it before it starts to cap. And now they're gonna be able to control the space from the right side with the Pharah and Brig angle. Really difficult to clear out.
Ereus will get the first point capture, but Velvet's looking to slam in there on Gucci. A TP in from Havoc as well, just to force them back. But Ereus have found the first point left. They can look to hold on to it just for the time being. Right now, they're just poking and prodding, but the first kill comes from Escanor on this Pharah onto Mayo. A stun down to Havoc, threatens his life, but Havoc fights back. Some bite to his bark there as Gucci will fall 1-for-1 trade, but Escanor and R3K will look to finish this fight in the favor of Ereus.
Yeah, Ereus looking very strong here, really utilizing these open spaces that they recognize that Gas won't really be able to contest very strongly, using that the outside of the point to capping it first, forcing them to drop into this big wide area onto the point, and Havoc does get his way forced out for a trade, but it was too late. Ereus had already claimed, way too much damage onto Velvet here.
Escanor,
and they're building up to a Junold and a Barrage.
Yeah, Escanor's been getting to work. We'll have to see, can he make this barrage work, but he needs a barrage, which got a knife to the noggin from R3K, taking out Sevart so early out the fight, and Linrax also cleaned up. This very chaotic composition, not phasing Ereus at all, as they're just playing it slow and controlled.
Yeah, and then a fight now up to 70% now without a single ultimate used from Ereus, and Gas still don't even have an ultimate charged. At this rate, this might be last fight territory already. If Ereus are able to get a few staggers here afterwards, they're gonna be up to 80% when the fight starts here. With Havoc TPing from behind.
Havoc, he's set up, he's ready to pounce, in he goes. Emo on the backline, pressuring Alba, but Velvet is able to survive and strike back on that barrage, but the Orbital Ray takes out Velvet with the help of R3K. And Gucci's just claimed 3! Electric stuff from him. Havoc able to claim 1 with his ultimate, but surely not more, as Gucci and R3K, a deadly duo, cleaning up. That'll be the first point going smoothly the way of Ereus.
Yeah, Gucci really finding those picks there. Very nice usage of the Juno ult there. Now you can sort of say that he's maybe not second-hand goods. He's very much first-hand goods. Very much luxury here for Ereos, winning an entire fight for them with just pure dominance.
Certainly,
And
yeah.
now we're going
Super.
on to city center. City center.
Does look like the center of a city to me, certainly. What I'd
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
don't think it could be a university though. I'm a bit.
true.
I did wake up around 50 minutes ago. So I had to take a quick nap
Well,
from my long trip. But yeah, we'll be seeing
well,
this pretty much the same compositions come out.
yeah.
I'm assuming Escanor is going to swap here after Symmetra. Ooh,
Onto the
the
Tracer
Tracer.
here. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
probably
we'll
need to
hope.
control those flanks a little bit against Havoc here, even though it is a tad risky to do so. Trying to deny that TP value here when
We'll have to
the
see
open
if
space.
maybe Gas Tier 3 can wake up from their nap soon, hopefully, as the TP will give Velvet that high ground for the moment, but Gucci and Co have already claimed the opposite high ground for themselves here. A lot more enclosed spaces that could give an edge to Gas Tier 3's comp, but right now, they do have the advantage being situated onto this point. Ereus with a bit of a high ground, but Gucci's going to drop. A lot of damage onto Havoc's going to force out his Wraith here, as right now, things are still going quite slowly, which I think is heading in Ereus' favor. Escanor on this backline, trying to pressure Maya. Maya's falling so low, TP forced out. Can they capitalize on this? He's managed to TP up to safety, as Havoc will just keep capping the point in the meantime. But no, Mayo, he wasn't any danger. He was the danger. R3K falls, but Velvet next to fall as well. Gucci just counting up these headshots.
Yeah, and a great pick for nice orbs from Sivart there. I even though Havoc gets the kill credit. I'd expect Ereus to try to lose this fight fast here. I don't want to see staggers come out here too much. Gonna take a lot of time off the clock here. As gas are already almost built up to this Juno ult, the scaling is crazy. But same with Gucci here, 90% already.
I think there's definitely one I'd rather have in my back pocket, and it is going to be the orbital ray from Limrax at nearly 90%. As Ereus will now try and tentatively step onto the point here, as Gas just will control this high ground. Some point presence being found by R3K, but the moment Gas drop, it's going to be an explosive push forward. You have to imagine. There's the TP, there's the High Noon from Gucci. Where is it? Can it find value? No. Velvet shuts it down as Alba falls to Halvik in the meantime. The point flip will come through, but for how long? You have to imagine it won't be more than just a moment. A trade from R3K could extend it a little bit more, but that should just be it.
A solid contest though here from R3K, even with the death coming out there as well. But the gas are starting to look very strong here now on the map that isn't as extremely open like the gardens. They're starting to show that this close range battles is what they want and what they're good at. As we see 4 ultimates pop up here this fight. Will we see the Blossom, maybe the Juno Orbital Ray come out first?
There's a lot available here for Gas Tier 3. And Ereus have to just walk on into it. Havoc setting up high ground. Could this be the Blossom coming up? No, just gonna take his time at the moment, scouting out his backline. There's gonna be Mayo's Kitsune rush. Havoc just pushing out Escanor to deny him trying to trade on the backline here as the rest of Ereus will cower away. But actually quite a nice kite from them. And here's their re-engage. Speedering out, but not able to find anything. Havoc going in. Shabba in his sights. Ereus just running away at full speed from this Reaper, but now they have nowhere else to run. The High Noon takes out Gucci, and Mayo is here to keep him alive, taking out Shabba as well in the meantime. And the Queen Jacks, they get the point flip, but this is rough for Ereus to come back into.
Yeah, they will still be able to get retouch here, swapping out the Lucio. The Doomfist that we mentioned from R3K coming out here. But Chaba looks low. Sivart finds an early pick. But we do still have the High Noon in usage. High Noon is possible from main. Does Gucci find anyone?
It will buy some space for R3K to take a breath, but that's all he can have. Can he find something with that moment of reprieve? And Escanor has a pulse. Mayo, Linrak so low, but he has to find something as R3K's fallen the pulse thrown out at Havoc's feet. I mean, surely it's taking down Sivart. Nice orb at the end. Gucci will trade one, but that's about it. Shabba now, the last stand on the point. A poor little frog all on his own, far away from his home pond, and he will be sent back to the spawn room.
Yeah, it just looked very dominant here from Gas. Even though they led the point flip, they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and they didn't really lose a fight there once. You can, claim the point percentages as a fight one, but never once did they have to go to the spawn room as a full team, and that just shows some dominance here that I'm expecting on these closer maps.
Mm. This backline of Gas just able to live and live and live and even strike back with real effectiveness. As it will just be basically the same thing we've been seeing the last two maps, but I feel this map it still favors Gath, though. These really enclosed spaces. The point is a bit more open, but Ereus, they're going to have to adapt to these kind of stronger maps quite quickly, else Gas will just keep running away with it.
Yeah, I do. The Therapic is returning here with the possibility of the top left high ground being more open, overlooking point, but Gas does have control of it.
Mm.
We will see how they do have to drop here onto point though eventually. So if Ereus are able to set this up and play this slowly again like they did the first point, this is a very tough spot for Gas to get out of. Unless they do a magnificent TP play, but they are already split, and the TP and Rush and Ring is going on to the right side inside, trying to claim that part of the map for themselves. But looks rough as R3K hits a nice axe.
It was all in for Gas Tier 3, but when the chips were down, they just couldn't find the value they needed to. 4v5 right now, a tank advantage. The R3K will continue to push, taking out Mayo very quickly. A nice early fight. This Verapic immediately paying off its dividends.
And once again, Gucci's got another high noon for 16% into the map. And then there's the question, is he just farming Velvet here, or is Gucci just hitting those shots 24/7 onto everyone to charge his high noon so fast? But that is incredible pacing.
Yeah. A real frontline presence is Gucci, but this High Noon is going to really struggle to get by. There's so many tools in the opposition of him finding that final red skull to claim a kill. They'll be playing back on the point here, which just maybe gives some more opportunities. R3K is going to be anchoring down as Gas Tier 3 have taken up their position inside this little choke here. Escanor playing with fire there, walking into Havoc's domain. But there's the High Noon, the stun. It cancels that out. And Shabba doesn't have the orbital to rate to match Linrax, which means Gucci's fallen here, and the rest of Ereus will flee back, except Escanor with this barrage. He finds one. Can he find any more? A nice play, but Sivart shuts it down before he can get a second, and Alba falls right outside their spawn.
Are we going to see a swap come out here from Escanor with that? That looked like one of those typical ranked scenarios of, oh, never mind, he's just used Barrage. I was expecting a swap to come out, but they do get the Juno out early, which is nice. They will be able to claim some more space aggressively here. With the Juno being out of the fight, although it does get back very quickly with that team TP. Nice ring to fight, maybe an orbital way to counter. Very nice.
There it is, but there's the... It gets shut down luckily there. Nice rally by Alba. Shutting it down, becoming a multi-kill, but Velvet just stomps on that immediately, but he's taken out there. I was terrified from that, like such an optimal time for you to say one of your lines as Havoc looked dangerously close to a massive Reaper ult there, which I'm scared for more reasons than one, but Ereus, they held strong in the face of that terror, and they still have this Queen ult to play with into the next fight.
You see, you're scared of my voice lines like on some scary ghosts from Phasmophobia. they're just adaptive voice lines I'm gonna use here. But we'll see this sim wall into Queen ult exchange and the cage coming up. Lucian early Queen ult. No, as a nice trap from Velvet comes out, but Gucci finds two.
The headshots. This man's headshot accuracy must be crazy this match. I love to see it. And he'll just keep adding to it. Linrax struck down by Gucci's Fury there, comes for that fight. I mean, he is the only hit scan in the lobby, and he is making himself known as we ticked up probably, likely a final fight territory, a big old investment from Gas Tier 3 and Ereus. They still have this Queen ult to play with.
Yeah, I would honestly, at this point, as Gucci, change my name to Dumbledore, because he is the headmaster of this lobby at this moment. What we do is Gas Tier 3 come out, but and an R3K anti does come out onto Sivart. Sivart is down, and it's looking like Ereus' fight to take here. And the first map is going their way.
Yeah. Ereus have been spending some time at Hogwarts because they've been pulling out some magic. The new players, the returning ones, star power shining bright there, and what an interesting first game. What a good start, and what a hopeful one to see just how competitive and elite of a matchup this is going to be.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm very impressed by this Farah performance as well from Escanor. I know we've been guessing up Gucci. Funny joke on the names there, but unintentional. But if Escanor, when he does play that Farah, you see that impact coming out each and every fight. The space they're able to hold and create is a lot more impactful than what we saw during University with that Tracer. Even though his Tracer still looked very solid, this Farah is making a very big impact. And I don't know if Gas have an answer to this. I'd expect there to be one, considering how long they played together and how many different solutions they found. Over the maybe even 2 years this point. I think I remember Gas being
Yeah.
together. I remember I have this very old clip of me trying to track Horrocks while playing Diva, which went a bit popular at some point, which no one needs to find anymore. But that's been over a year ago, and I remember playing against them, being impressed by them back then. But yeah, I'd expect an answer to come out against the Farah, but if it does look this dominant, maybe Ereus choose to keep Escanor in for these maps. It does look very nice.
There was definitely a question of why isn't Soggy in, why isn't the guy that's been starting so regularly playing in this quite important matchup? But Escanor's been giving us plenty of answers for that one. That Barrage, there was a vision there, but the vision got some more clarity throughout the match, and definitely that Farah having a lot more impact than the Tracer, that's really struggling into this quite slippery backline of the Juno Kiri from Linrax and Mayo. And, just some real back and forth there. But University, it seems that we're going to kind of see the themes and the trends that will unravel throughout this matchup coming clean, where if Gas are able to control and play in these kind of closer, less open spaces, they will just dominate like they did on City Center. But if Ereus can control these areas, that they can play to their strengths, they can also have such a dominant performance. R3K looking great on this Junker Queen. I'm more of kind of the squishier tanks at risk, especially into like our Reaper Malga, but also just able to stay alive so consistently and find such good value, especially on University, of course, which considering I'm kind of glad I haven't actually seen him play tank in my University league, because I honestly think I would I would not have a good time. I would not be able to sleep that night. But luckily, he is just playing DPS, I think, the majority of University teams. But here is where his full skills are showing. And here's the map you've been looking forward to, Matthew. I'm not incorrect.
Yeah.
Kings Row.
And we do
And it's
see
Nevix
Escanor
in.
being kept in. Oh, Nevix and Nevix in Escanor stays in. This is looking very nice. I'm a bit sad I don't get to see the Nevix Reinhardt, as it is a Reinhardt that I've had my fair share of experiences with, even back in my day when when I used to be somewhat decent. Not that much anymore. But
no, don't. You're
now
still
I'm
a
sad.
legend in our hearts, Matthew. And I'm sure Nevix. I'll put a hope for that. Maybe Nevix is doing a trolling. Maybe he'll bring out the Rhine. It's a classic on this map, but we'll have to see as we're coming into the map. If still not going up to a Widow for just, I'm assuming, an early pick, but no, Nevix will be walking out on to this Orisa here. Similar composition for Ereus, basically the exact same for both sides, except for that tank difference now with Nevix in instead of Gases. They will just set up around this statue at the moment. This slow early poke being cut short by an aggressive teleport, as the Orisa will take this high ground.
Yeah, this TP play though looks very. Yeah, this is like the Gas tier 3 special right now. Teleporting everywhere. There's no high ground you can hold when there's two teleporting characters. A nice knife though onto Linrax.
What a knife! Mio finding a nice headshot across the map, but anything you can do, we can do better, says Ereus, as R3K lands a clean knife onto Gas tier 3. You think the British people would know better how to deal with the knives, but doesn't seem to be the case, as Fake Nevix taken out there. Gucci, so deadly, so much consistent damage.
Yeah, I am aware that I might sound like Mickey Mouse constantly being gassed up by these Gucci picks, but they are looking very nice. Something like 4 or 5 headshots out of his magazine there onto Nevix to force Nevix out. Didn't even get the second tick by 0.001%. But early TP from Havoc, forced out of the Wraith.
This has to be outpunished onto him. Havoc has gone too deep, too fast, and we trade out by Escanor here, but Gas tier 3, they are now on this point. You have to imagine it's just Mayo looking to see if he can force any mistakes, as the rest of Gas 3 are looking to just walk up this hard gun. They still want to keep this favorable position and look to slam in when they can get... Actually, no, they are just sitting back at Hotel at the moment. a bit slowly here, but surely the re-engage will come soon. But they have to be careful because any TP could be met with an immediate barrage onto their noggins.
Yeah, I do like the... Oh, there's the kid Ereus coming out. Oh, did you know?
Oh.
Andy gonna reply. All gets a good trade onto Linrax. Maybe still a retakeable fight for Ereus, but that Terra Surge is very nice from Nevix. Good sustain though, good peel.
Yeah. Every cooldown dumped onto trying to kill Gucci there, and well, maybe you hope you done it quicker, because now there's the orbital ray and lots of damage coming out as Gucci will find one from that ray. He will get traded out, but R3K takes out Nevix. Tank advantage now for Ereus. They will be able to stop the third tick coming through and slow this down, trying to wait for their reinforcements to get back, but are they getting back quick enough? As there's the orbital ray. Quino surely to be invested. 4 hit, a huge play coming out. There's Havoc's is a Reaper ult a little bit thrown wayward, not able to find a real connection as Ereus will clean up the rest of his teams as Nevix and Havoc will scramble to escape here.
Yeah, R3K really matching up to the name of his ultimate and going on a rampage here on Gas this last fight. You know, I'm not gonna say almost single-handedly, but that was a very good individual performance there to win that fight for Ereus. And now it's 1 minute left on the clock, only Simwall in use for Gas compared to the rally. It's a good ultimate exchange available, and we do see the early rally come out from Alba. Do they find a pick onto Mio that gets found?
Escanor will get traded by Linrax, but Fake Nevix taking out Gucci at the same time. It's now a 1-up for the side of Ereus. Alba will also be taken out by Nevix here. R3K, one of the last members on the point. He will get a knife, maybe a final trade. No, that will be the point. First point percent capture going to Gas.
Yeah, it's an incredibly impressive hold from Ereus though here. I was very impressed by the setup they had here with trusting Chaba and Gucci on that lower high ground with Alba and Escanor on the top left. Kind of to a degree countering what Gas wants to do with taking those TPs onto the top. They will be able to drop down if they commit to that TP and still be able to hold out a space in the open where Gas is forced to drop into them. Obviously didn't end up on the full hold, but 3 minutes off the clock is very impressive considering you know how experienced Gas is most likely on this map and how good their initial setup looked for that first fight, getting that early pick.
Definitely something in their comfort zone, but there's nothing more uncomfortable than he's hiding it in your face, except when you have an Orisa and a Kiri Rush thrown in as well. But R3K, the rest of his team were forced back, and Gucci trying desperately to right-click Randall his way. Nevix off the field, but Alba is the only one able to find a trade. Finds one, finds two. Linrax shown that down though. It's now Escanor, and I think who is that? Is that Chaba left alive? Chaba on a sliver of HP. Finished off there, a nice direct, but can it become more than just a final warning shot? A goodbye from Escanor. No, Mayo will stop that hero play coming through.
Good timing on the def though from Escanor to catch that wave into Chaba. We'll see the Queen ult coming out here into a barrage possibly. Havoc is building up to that Blossom. I'm expecting Ereus to try to wait here for that orbital ray and then pop the Queen ult if they can manage to get it in time. If Gas recognizes that there's no Queen ult on the board, they might just take this early. But
Gucci's gone over to this Widow,
nice
and a lot of early damage on Nevix. Going to force him back here. Speed rings from both sides. It's going to be on these ultimates to really turn this stalemate. Oh, a good shot from Gucci onto Linrax. I mean, who needs ults when you can just click on someone and delete them from the lobby? And with how many headshots Gucci's been hitting, no wonder they put him on this Widow. He knows Havoc is behind him, I think, unless he's made a hasty retreat. And with only a minute on the clock, Gas tier 3, they have to regroup. This could tick into the final fight. A lot of ults on the board still.
I would warn you to a degree though, talking about Widowmaker like this, because you might just see them in your ranked games more often now.
Yeah.
But we do see 2 picks from Ereus already as we're talking about yapping. And yeah, that's the fight one for Ereus with 30 seconds left on the board. Maybe a small stagger onto Nevix.
But there's someone else still alive from Gas. Did they see that? Was
Nevix
that
does catch the wave, which... Yeah, they will get a good fight in here on the last one. We will see the Havoc Beyblade coming out with most likely the orbital ring from into the TP. Oh, yeah, there's the Reinhardt.
He's become real Nevix, the real man's hero. Reinhardt coming out. Can he find this value in the time of need? 10 seconds on the clock. A touch has to come through. Who is it going to be? Most likely Havoc getting the TP, but the first TP is going to be the Sim that gets them close to Nevix. Looped back a bit, but is now situated on the point. Alba rally, a good stun, but Gucci's found another headshot. He needs to be shut down, but he's shutting down Gas tier 3 instead. Some pot shots onto the Reinhardt here, but Albus shut down Mayo as well. No rush on the board. Overtime triggered as Nevix, the second to last to fall. The point, no one is left to touch. Gucci, these headshots. The gambling paid off. Gassy through, I know how much left to gamble, but Gucci, it just paid off more.
Yeah, it seems like Gucci is just, trusting himself to kind of carry this. Honestly, you're seeing him take these massive gambles like he's playing poker at high stakes. It's also with all due credit as well, Alba there on the last fight with that rally, huge impact, stunning that Reaper ult, and the killing of Gas's tempo completely. I did not see if that stun was what resulted in the headshot from Gucci, but with the big Reinhardt shield, you can only assume so. At least in the end did shut down that Death Blossom from Havoc, which I'm still waiting on seeing that big Death Blossom that we're used to seeing. But Ereus are just shutting it down very well here now. Gas still playing good though, and I do believe that their defense. We're seeing some Greg's talk in the chat. I know you're a man of Greg's here, Natnif. Are you a big Greg's guy?
A man of Greg's it feels like a too high of an honor to be put onto me. But Gasset 3, I don't doubt that. Of course, we're seeing the personalities of these two teams on display. The synergy between these two teams almost as good as the synergy on these in between these teams. I think that really Gucci, he's sticking on this Widow, it's typical to see on this high ground from initial shot, but honestly, just stick with it. He's been lobby admining all over the place, and honestly, the grapple in, maybe there seems to be to get him up, but no, he'll be sticking it just for the time being.
Oh, it does look like with the comp Gas is playing that they might find difficulty in clearing Gucci, so maybe Ereus is trusting Gucci just take these high grounds and force them to pay attention to him or give up space.
Havoc is just lurking here. Trying to see if he can get on anyone.
Oh, and the headshot from Gucci onto Nevix. That's what I was expecting from coming out. That is incredible. I mean, the amount of space that the Ereus just got there during that fight. And then just Gucci pops one and the fight is over. Yeah. Now Gas is on the Reinhardt that I was expecting. A full Reinhardt composition. Ooh.
A lot of switch up here, and Mayo on the Baptiste, a lot of changes, and honestly it makes sense. This Orisa just getting domed over and over again by Gucci, but Gucci's recognized this. He's gone, okay, I don't need to just headshot the Orisa now every fight. I'm gonna go over to the Bastion. I'm sorry, I was being
that's disrespectful,
but Cassidy, but yeah, Orisa Bastion. I'm sorry for your old Reinhardt soul seeing this, but we'll have to see, can Gas Tier 3 fight against this wicked magic coming out the dark arts?
Yeah, this is truly a great user of the dark arts. Really taking an inspiration from Boston Uprising here to a degree. Poor Spitfire.
Can Gas shut this down? They are building up to some decent ults. Then Max and Chaba neck and neck in this orbital area, but it's going to be Gucci with the early form and the barrage. So much damage on Nemec is able to escape. The Wraith securing Havoc as well. A nice kite to mitigate all the ultimates, and now they have their own to re-engage with. R3K instantly obliterated by Havoc with his back heel orbital ray, and that will be the fight over and done with for Ereus.
Yeah, that Juno ult from Linrax was very good timing on it. We will be, the ult charge that Ereus did gain throughout that fight is very, very impressive as well. We're looking at a Bastion ultimate coming up. Escanor used the barrage and is already 50% on the way to it. We're looking at a possible four-man platinum push. Just use your ultimate buttons and go in. But that Havoc flank is looking on the left side.
Yeah, he's brooding like Batman. Set up in that corner there. Will they have to scout him? No. They've gone straight past him. Havoc now maybe has an opening. There he is. He's sneaking. He's been spotted though. The Wraith out. The big flank shut down. And there's going to be a Bastion ult. Can it claim anyone here? No. Just an Ice Block forced out. But the lamp as well. The big shatter.
Big shatter.
Claims 3. The window to follow up as well.
Like you said earlier, don't talk to me until I've hit my big shatter.
There it is. He's stream sniping. Oh, Nevix. Coming up big. Just 2 ults to use then. What a way to use them. But Havoc's in the same spot. Oh, Gucci. Eyes like an eagle. Spotting him. Not going to let that happen, but he's going to try and reset up here. Just going to get that off angle, and He's going to have to make these DPS ult work. Limrax has no
Oh,
ult, but
yes.
Shabbos will be used first. The Bastion ult, it's huge, but the Mei, the Blizzard, it shuts it down. But R3K still able to walk with this gold. He also has his Orisa ult. Obituary. Now, Limrax's advantage, but it's huge! The barrage, the synergy. They come together and it's beautiful to shut it down. But Havoc and Sivot, all four. It's so much more in the air now. It's just the rest of R3K versus these two DPS. R3K takes that one. The spear onto Sivot, but no.
So close.
Sivot has the ice block. Edge of our seats there. So close, but there's still 2 minutes on the board here for Ereus to get to that golden box victory.
Yeah, and really unlike what TikTok might tell you, DPS can have an impact when it's timed correctly. Like we saw, they're taking down 4 people as a duo. Granted, the Death Blossom was online, but we're looking at another Blizzard from Sivart when he was used just to counter the Juno ult.
That's insanely fast. Sivart's firing on all cylinders to get these ones going, but Gucci with his Bastion ult, ice set onto Linrax there. He falls low, but in the meantime, Havoc's taken out Escanor in the meantime. An unusual pick, but he will be able to live there. No trace to be found as they will just have to back off for the time being.
Yeah, the time is really ticking down for Ereus here, and the ultimate economy is looking maybe even worse here. I mean, they're building up to this Juno Ray, but I fight to guess they're probably not expecting this Blizzard to come out from Gas Tier 3, which might just come out aggressively.
Another fat shatter ready, straight for the Reddit montage,
but
a wall to block it! And a stun as well! Double denial as Havoc's been spotted in the back and the rays come out from Shabba, but it's gone flying past as Gucci launches himself to try and catch it. The Blizzard claims R3K as well. As Escanor moved over onto this Mei in the meantime, he's just going to get staggered now on the point as we tick down to only a minute left. This is dangerous stuff for Ereus as Escanor. It's just so rough for him. He has to just stand there and take it. There's no way to reset.
If he can now get the cryo freeze off and stay alive, we're seeing Ereus getting very close.
Wait, could he hit a Blizzard here? No, he gets shot down by Havoc.
He did not Ajax it. We heard the voice line, but the Ajax did not happen, which is extremely lucky there. You could kind of hear the clinging there, but it just did not end up getting pulled out.
Ooh, but Gas want to go fast. They don't want to let this regroup could happen, but they will think better of it for the time being. The only ults they have is that Orbital Ray, which is at risk of getting shut down by Escanor's Blizzard. So Havoc with its Reaper ult, can it come up big? Can it find the same impact it found the last time they needed it to?
I am expecting to see that Terra Surge Blizzard combination or the Bastion combination come out here, as we see Gucci taking an extremely long flank into the Terra Surge. There's the Blizzard. It's gonna be massive. Mio
catches Mayo, but Mayo kills Chaba. He will get traded there by R3K, but Gucci, a nice Bastion up. He's now getting pressured by Havoc, but in the meantime, R3K in the chaos. He stands tall. Sivert taken out. Gucci now with this form is who can touch. Who can be the savior for Gas Tier 3 in a time of need? Havoc will step onto the point, instantly shut down, boots off without a second thought by R3K. It's now Nevix, 72 to Shatter. Can he find it? There's no ults on the board. It's a pure neutral fight here, but Gucci with this Bastion form, so much damage to Nevix. The wall as well. The Suzu came through to keep him alive, but he's so low. The supports of Gas Tier 3 doing their hardest, but it's just not enough. Sivert back on this Tracer, but Mayo's dead. Ninrax as well. Can he find anything? No, he's shut down as Ereus roll into taking map 2, Kings Row 2-0 in their favor.
Yeah, and once again, like even with the DPS performances from Ereus, right? We're seeing Alaba giga peeling this backline, kept Gucci alive there to get him onto the cart and really get control of that main into a holding space. When they really had to walk up, and now all of a sudden they're seeing the Reinhardt in in your side, having to go for a retake while you're holding all this space with the Bastion form. I mean, it's just a really late game clutch there. I think the Blizzard Terra Surge combo, even though it looked good at the start, was a bit underwhelming there than when it came into actuality. We only saw Mayo getting freezed, but it was just enough to get that edge over the line there to just start the end of that last fight. And it's just unfortunate that for Gas that they didn't have the ultimate economy that they would want there for the last fight.
Yeah, Nevix was building up to that shatter, which, given his track record, could have been absolutely ginormous as those previous shatters were. Well, I say that as if he didn't have a wall and a Orisa Gold and a Orisa Spear in his face for the last time. The Dark Magic the satanic sacrifice that Gucci made to go over to the Bastion, paying off in the end. But again, it's what I've been looking for. It's the edge of the seat gameplay we've been waiting for. Shiva and Mayo definitely that clutch at the end. But R3K, he lost that one, that 2v1 in the end, but he definitely made up for it at the end, claiming I think 3 kills or something like that in the meantime. It is funny that we've been kind of gassing up Gucci's headshot percentage, and he then goes over the character that headshots just don't matter for on that Bastion. So interesting stuff on both sides.
Though in all fairness, you do get that special feeling playing Bastion when you just hit all those clink, 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 clink. It's we might not see it as often, but that's a very satisfying thing if you are able to aim on that character, and and you hit those consistent high damage headshots, which I think is also a very underappreciated part of Bastion's kit is how much pure damage he has in his Sentry form as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we see. Yeah, recon form. We'll have to see if we see more of him kind of this that. But no, Gucci starting off on this Cassidy. Nevix is still in. Real Nevix still in on this Reinhardt. This is the kind of competition that I've been more aware of. This BAP, Juno, Mayo, Linrax, Havoc, Siva, obviously, and their one tricks, and Nevix in on this run. We'll have to see how this pays off. R3K already kind of predicting this and going over onto this Orisa.
I do respect a good Orisa player as much as you might think that I'm a Reinhardt OTP and whatnot. but this comp makes me feel a certain way. I'm not gonna lie. This is trying to get on my nerves a little bit, even though I want to be as unbiased as possible.
Yeah, Ereus, they're hungry for this win, and the competition definitely going to aid in doing that. Havoc's Wraith already forced, and Gucci will keep chasing in there. Havoc just disrespecting Gucci, and with the way this man's been playing, it is a questionable decision, but he's kind of just challenging this off angle at the moment. Havoc rolling away there as Gucci rolls in, and Nevix will now step up to deal with this Cassidy. Gucci just keep trying to control this off angle, looking for more headshots as R3K is going in these turrets, doing so much damage to him though, and will just stave off his aggression for the time being.
This neutral fight has been very good for both sides. Ereus there did very good to claim space, Gas very good to clear it out, and we're going straight back to this interaction between Gucci and Havoc again.
But Havoc falls back a lot more this time as Gucci now has more claiming on the right side, but Gas are kind of just rotating away, and maybe Gucci's been isolated here, but no, the roll will be there, and the SimTP trying to help Nemix get out, but again, it's just this slow neutral. We're building up to ult here, Chappa ahead of Linrax on Orbiter. This could be the crucial element.
Will they recognize this gap? And they do, and they're going to take advantage of it. 10% to the Linrax orbital ray. Do you get a pick here? No, you're just going to use it to claim space, which is still fine. Still a good usage of the ult. They have the high noon to possibly maintain a counter push here from the orbital ray, which we will see. Almost catches Sivart.
It's so good from Mayo to deny that kill coming through on Siva, and in the meantime, the rest of Gas Tier 3 will light up Ereus with the backing of that orbital ray.
Yeah, while that play was the correct one for Ereus, Gas just played their play better here. Like, that's just a honest fight there. Yeah, a great cleanse, like you said, or sorry, lamp, I would say, from Mio to get that across the board. And now we're looking at 4 ultimates to none from Gas to Ereus.
Gas just have so much more sustain with this BAP, and Mayo on this BAP especially, just a force to be reckoned with. Spear denied there by Nevix and Shield. He's just kind of pushing and trying to hold this lead. The speedrun will come out, but no real aggression from it, as right now Escanor really poking and prodding. The SimTP and the window will open up, and Gucci gonna get claimed in it there. Mayo immediately explaining why I'm singing his praise there, but Alba thinks it's winnable with this rally, and can they find the stun with it? No, it's not going to have it in time to pair it with the Arista combo, but Escanor with this barrage, they're investing so much, but Nevix and Linrax, they've shut this one down, an expensive fight loss. At least it looks to be that, but Escanor hitting some good shots. Can he make it a kill though? No,
barely misses. That's so unfortunate from Escanor there.
I was panicked for the pin nearly claims him.
But yeah, like we saw there as well, a good, like, it's just being a very good exchange of these like fight tempos, and the starts of the fights and mid fights from Gas have been very good. The late fights seem to be going in Ereus' way slightly, but Gas is getting this advantage on these mid fights, in the neutrals, in the ultimate exchanges. Both used 3 that last fight, and now we're looking at a good solid lead for Gas into a Shatter and an Orbital Ray. Those...
But they were able to kind of flip this, but...
Oh, that's a big fat Shatter.
They flipped the map, they got flipped onto their backs by Nevix's Shatter there, as that will result in a quick teamfight win for Gas Tier 3 and a further extension of their lead. Nearly 70 meters now, as the R3K will be the last to fall.
Yeah, and R3K, I don't think is going to catch the wave here either, which means that Gas is probably going to get another 10 meters off this fight. I doubt Gucci is able to recontest here before it gets up to that corner, which is a very rough position to retake. We're looking at an Orbital Ray and a window play possibly coming out again. Will we see another one of those flank windows, possibly onto the high ground above the choke point? You know, that little place where everyone likes to go when you can. But no, they're just going to kite back, and High Noon is being committed as well.
Nevix not able to get the Sim TP there, but Gucci just trying desperately to trail there, but just some space will be bought with that ultimate. It's a decent exchange, but we'll have to see what comes next, and looking to be a window versus an Orbital Ray. Ereus surging on through this Orbital Ray, so effective, and Escanor was able to get a clean headshot on Linrax there, and that will be a pretty straightforward win for Ereus. Just like clean ult rotation there, as Gas will choose not to reinvest their own Orbital Ray and choose to save it for this upcoming fight.
Yeah, we have a very good possibility of seeing a Beyblade play here this fight with the Orbital Ray coming up along the Blossom. Oh, but an early Blizzard from Escanor is going to deny any chance
huge!
of that.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
He has ice in his veins, as is the entire Gas Tier 3 from that Blizzard. Ooh, frozen up and shut up with that Orisa ult to follow in. An expensive win, but you know, it's very momentum favored this game mode, and right now they're looking to try and claim this checkpoint here. But Gas Tier 3 they have so much to re-engage with.
Yeah, we are... I'm guessing Ereus is trying to commit to holding inside here. Yeah, to deny that objective, but they are... Oh, what a TP, but... Oh!
Wait, did Sivart go back, or was he... The Blossom... I think it's in Havoc's dreams, and thankfully not my nightmares, as Gas Tier 3 will do a little bit of a bot steal now to take it back to neutral, and Gucci getting pressured by Mayo, but great plays from Ereus, just keeping up this tempo, keeping up this momentum, using all the tools in their kit, an aggressive push in from Alba, the High Noon as well, catching Linrax. I think the stun from Alba denied someone going from the TP as well, as a lot was invested from Gas to lose that fight.
Yeah, the TP was very good timed and everything. I just think that there was maybe a slight miscommunication on when everyone took the TP there, because Linrax did get caught in a double jump as well on main, which got... Oh, Gucci though. We're saving
Gucci,
previous
he's above. He's forced the lamp with just his, like, basically his pure aura and aim, and it means it's not available for Nevix. But Mayo, with this window, able to take out Escanor. Gucci now isolated on this high ground, as Alba will be taken out, so Mayo will jump up there. Well, taking out 3 this fight, make it 4, Mayo. Nasty stuff on the map.
Yeah, really showing that the DPS map potential that is enabled with this double flex support composition. And I'm still unsure about who's gonna take this, honestly. We're going to see the forward spawns being taken away, but it's going to be a close range fight with the Blizzard coming, only being able to be answered by Shattered on the instant, but Orbital Rays are both
there it is,
nice
Shatter!
But a good Orbital Ray to counter it. Will they walk up with it, or will they just let it be? Linrax is extremely low. Gucci finds Linrax once again. I would honestly think that Gucci has a bounty on Linrax with how many times the head has been popped here, claiming that extra reward inside. Him.
And yeah, we'll probably see that post on Usher's Reinhardt main. Does Nebek hit his fat Shatter, but his team are not there to talk to him about it. They're all shutting down the follow-up, and right now it's going to be an Orisa ult into Blizzard combo, and Nevix is 1 HP, not claimed in the meantime, but the rest of his team will be.
Yeah, Ereus, a great fight there, only investing Blizzard from what I saw as well, into the Juno ult, and Shatter was used last fight. This is going to be a lead for Ereus, with a Rally and a High Noon coming up. Both extremely good holding ultimates.
Oh, nice.
That choke point's going to be difficult to break through as well, and we do see the High Noon being committed. Oh, what a wall from Sivart though.
Nice. Havoc getting up close and personal. He has this ult still, and Alba's Rally is about to fall, as will he there. Sivart claiming him. in the time being, but Ereus have gotten the lead, their proactivity paying off, but Linrax is going to be traded. No, a nice wall, and no, they Mabled in the lamp. Escanor is going to make up for that though and claim 2 this fight, and the DPS, in the meantime, have turned that around. A great start from Gas, but they let it fumble. They let it slip.
If that's what I think it was, with that LOS breaking from the wall onto the lamp, and that denying the immortality, then that is a great play from Escanor, if that's truly what happened there.
I couldn't
because
even,
I did not see the immortality
on
the. I didn't see the immortality buffs being applied on the top right there onto anyone in the side of Gas. So it's a complete possibility that was a very big brain wall. But we do see an early fight start out here from Gas as they want to push this advantage of the ultimates. Try to use as little as they can here in the next minute, but Havoc does find the Chaba and Alba goes down. R3K is going to die here on the point. Going to catch that wave as well, unless they stagger.
Yeah. A little bit of a stagger, but not particularly, as Limrax will make sure that Mives doesn't get traded there, but a great catch on that.
Escanor again. No.
Yeah, this is taking to be this final fight coming up now. And I think the Gas do have a fair... I mean, it's ults on both sides. It's going to be about who uses them more effectively. And if Gas can play a little bit slower so they can make sure they have this Orbital, they have this Shadow coming up, that will be their key to victory.
Yeah, I'm expecting Ereus to go in here early with the June ult into the Terra Surge, as we do see that happening. The Terra comes out. Bappy's wall of a huge Blizzard as well, and a long hold to kill that Reinhardt. And that looks like it is biting the dust here for Gas.
Havoc, last alive. Siva already dropping the GG. Wow!
That a much quicker series than anticipated, but still a very close one from both sides.
I mean, like, I'm kind of at a loss for words because I expect this again to be a 5-map banger, but Ereus looks so good. That proactivity, like, fight after fight after fight, they use the ultimate so well. And when it came to that last fight, when it came down to the wire, when it came to the money shot, they recognized what they had to do. They went early, they used the ultimate more effectively. And we've had some crazy individual plays. Like, that's a great catch on that Mabel, because, like, I was like, what is going on? He's Mabeled the lamp, and, like, I think R3K was trying to shoot it as well. I was like, as Escanor fumbled, but no, his goals, his ideas were beyond my simpleton brain, and just some crazy individual performances making this a 3-0 for Ereus against Gas Tier 3.
With the lamp mentioned as well, from what I saw, R3K's aim was shaking. I was half expecting him to probably be shouting in comms about that fucking wall. But it seems like but it seems like Escanor had better ideas in mind, and it did end up working out there. If it's truly what happened, I'm pretty sure that's what happened, because the lamp was stuck inside the wall. And I'm pretty sure that denied all the value from that, honestly, pretty well-timed lamp.
Yeah, I mean, Mayo, a great effort from Gas Tier 3, and I think a 3-0 doesn't really reflect how back and forth it felt a lot of time on those maps. I mean, literally went back and forth, like it went Gas Tier 3 pushed, they got the lead, and then Ereus went all the way back, and then Gas tried to push all the way back. It was definitely a real banger of a match, and thank God Havoc didn't get a 3-con Reaper, because I was waiting for that voice line to come out, but we'll have to see in a potential rematch if that comes out. But just great plays around.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, I'm sure that this is very satisfying for Alba as well, you know, going to LAN, winning the LAN, and now winning the matchup after, quite frankly, for Ereus, quite a difficult start to the Faceit League season. And it's like these roster changes they made, you know, maybe I don't want to say, you know, prioritizing Escanor here, but like, you know, it seems like the impact being made here and changing the style here with the new acquisition of R3K as well is looking very good for them. I wanted to see Sogi because, frankly, his name apparently was supposed to be Mongolia today, so I had a Mongolian chicken joke ready. No, that's not gonna happen anyway.
I always enjoy Sogi being in the lineup. But honestly, Escanor's May is very standout, and R3K breathing some new life into Ereus. Like, again, much love to Lumi and to Sogi, of course, but definitely a great change of pace coming out from these new acquisitions, like you said.
Yeah, it's looking a lot like smoother. They seem more confident in how they want to play. Like when we looked at these previous games from Ereus, they seemed very good still. but it seemed more like they were completely relying on individual pop-off moments, right?
Mm.
With Lumi killing 4, Gucci killing 4. But now you're getting this like reliance on Gucci killing people and enabling him as well as they did today. It's looking like when you don't have to worry about another guy popping off every time, and you have a person that is enabling this very heavily for Gucci, it's looking very good for them. And the pop-off moments we saw with the 4 kills, the 3 kills, the flashbangs keeping havoc out each fight, it was looking very good from his side. That's
Yeah,
my MVP for today is Gucci. With
I'd have to agree. And I'm hoping we'll see some more of those like highlights on the Ereus Twitter. I can't wait to rewatch some of them and hear both of us just lose our minds over some of the stuff that was going on today. But why don't you want to tell us about what's coming up in the future for Ereus and what upcoming matches we have?
Yeah, tomorrow around 18 CST, assuming that we don't have to wait another 15-20 minutes to get into the game, Ereus will be facing off against Virtus Pro. One of the I would say now that ENS and Space Station aren't playing anymore, the clear favorites to win this tournament.
Mm.
But with the performance today, it could be a pretty close one, I have to say.
There's definitely a lot more confidence to be found for like a lot stronger performance against Virtus that are like kind of the last of like the big dogs, the big kind of 3 in Europe. And I mean, I think it'll be a very exciting match, some very big names, and can't wait for you all to see that and for Matthew to cast it, of course. I have to give a shout out to that Dumbledore joke. I don't know if you pre-planned that with the head mark. That was beautiful, man. That was really good.
Thank you.
And Gucci gave you so many opportunities of that, so that was definitely well played to the whole of Ereus, of course, but especially Gucci.
Yeah, and of course, we've got another game this week. After it's 3 in a row, which for myself, it's a big workload. We'll have to see how the casting plans turn out, depending on schedule, of course. But the casting is guaranteed for the next 2 days. Is it Thursday 20 CST? The next game is probably the most important one of the season for Ereus here. It's against Keltas, who are in the similar boat where they have a similar record, and I believe that the winner of that game is the most likely the one to go through to playoffs to clinch that last spot out of the 2 relegation spots that are still looming for 3 teams here so far.
Yeah,
after this game, it's Ereus is now 2-4, and I don't believe that the record has updated yet for Mythical Minions or Keltas, which maybe it's even Keltas' last game. No, they've got 2 games remaining as well, yes. So
okay.
We'll have to see how these turn out. It's a bit scuffy on the Liquipedia since some teams FF'd, of course, and left the tournament entirely, got disqualified. And same thing with the Faceit League standings. They're a bit, iffy to watch. A bit difficult to read into, to say the least.
Yeah. But definitely some events to mark your calendars for and to keep an eye out and get some snacks, get some popcorn for, and really enjoy the matches. And I think definitely a new frontier for Ereus here. R3K, a great addition. But I think that will be just what's to come in the future. Do you have anything else to say, Matthew, to wrap us up?
No, really. I mean, obviously, great performance by Gas as well, even though the result says otherwise. We saw back and forth constantly, like you did say, and I'm very excited to see how the playoffs work because I have full trust in Ereus and the Gas. Gas are guaranteed, of course, because they are the superstars currently from the social media perspective, at least. And obviously, they had an undefeated record until a few days ago. And until now, you can say that now you can say Ereus is undefeated. You're claiming that title, but I think that's probably gonna be it for today. So I hope you guys had a good time. I'll say goodbye. Nat will say goodbye, and then we'll be hopping off for the night. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching.